Hey people, you recently got into one of many incredible groups from JYP and want to know more about the company and its history? Or are you a longtime fan of one or more groups from that company and just clicked on the video because you are bored? It doesn't matter. I will explain it anyway. To keep track of everything and because I was a bit bored of the fan cams that are normally in the background at this kind of videos, I created this presentation. So let's get started. JYP Entertainment was founded by Jin Young Park in 1997, but back then it was named Taihong Planning Corporation, which eventually became JYP Entertainment in 2001. Fun fact, he founded his own company because many companies such as SM didn't want him.
SM 오디션에서 떨어지는 바람에 이렇게 된 거거든요.
So he debuted on his own under the name JY Park with his first album Blue City in 1994. As of 2019, the company made a net income of $26.4 million, which is why it counts to the big three next to SM Entertainment and YG Entertainment. Before we go further into it, here are how I divided the generations. So first generation from 1996 to 2003, second generation from 2004 to 2010, third generation from 2011 to 2017, and fourth generation from 2018 to this day. Maybe you have another opinion on that, but for this video it is like that. Let us start with the first generation. On the 17th of December, 1997, Pearl debuted as the second artist under which is now JYP Entertainment with the album Sunflower. She then stayed under JYP till 2000. After that she left and is now under Follow Entertainment. From her current status, the last single was an OST to the K-drama Blessing of the Sea in 2019. She now works as a professor at a university since 2018. Next on the list is Rain. He debuted as a soloist in 2002 with his first album Bad Guy. He then stayed under JYP till 2007. In this time, he made his acting debut and debuted in the States. After a few company changes, he now has his own company named after him, where he debuted his first boy group this year. He is also already married and has 2 daughters. We go on with BL. She debuted under JYP on the 10th of October, 2002 with the album December 32. She stayed under the company until 2005 and then changed the company. Nowadays she is married and has 3 children. Park Ji-yoon is the next one on the list, but she doesn't debut under the company. She just was an artist under that company from 2000 until 2003, but left the company because she felt too controlled by JYP. Same as Rain, she also had a few company changes but now has her own company. Okay, that was it with the soloist for the first generation. Following the groups of the first generation, Ryanga Ranga was a duo of 2 13-year-old twin brothers who debuted in January 2000. And were active up to 2004. Since then they are on hiatus but planned a comeback in 2014, which they, unfortunately, didn't made. The next group is the male band Knoll. They consist of Kaeun Sung, Sung Ho, Woo Seong and Sang-gon, and debuted on the 16th of December, 2002, but failed to be popular, so JYP didn't focus further on them. So they went on a hiatus in 2006 but made their comeback in 2011, but now under CJ's Entertainment. The last group for this generation is God, consisting of Jun, Kai-sang, Danny, Hoyoung and T-Woo. They also did not debut under JYP but under Sidus HQ in January of 1999. Then switched later on in 2004 to JYP, but now with only 4 members because of a dating scandal. The member June Park left. They were promoted further until 2006. Then they started their solo careers and put the group project on hold. In 2014 they made their comeback, but now again with 5 members and under their first label. Moving on to the second generation. The debut of Wonder Girls was a complete success for the company. They were even the first K-pop group to enter the Billboard. They debuted in February 2007 with the single Irony. Back then they consist of Yeon, Sunmi, Sunmi, Hyuna, and Sohee. After a few lineup changes, they then consisted of Yeon, Rubin, Sunmi, and Hyelim. Sadly they disbanded in 2017, but all the members have now solo careers. After the reality show Hot Blood Men, JYP created from the winning group One Day the two boy groups 2AM and 2PM, who then debuted in the same year. 2PM should be the hip-hop group and consists of Jun, K, Nick Kun, Taeseon, Wooyoung, Junho and Chansung. Formerly also Jay Park, but he left the group and the country due to a controversy. They debuted with the song 10 out of 10 in and are still an active group under JYP to this day. 2AM should be the more ballad group and consist of Jo Kwon, Lee Changmin, Lim Sulong, and Jeong Jin-woon. Later on they were jointly contracted with Big Hit Entertainment. They debuted with the single This Song. In 2015 most of the members did not renew their contracts with the agency, so they went on hiatus. In 2021 they announced to plan a comeback with 2 title tracks written by Bang Si-hyuk and one by Park Jin-young, their former CEOs. The last group from the second generation is Miss A. They debuted in July 2010 with the single Bad Girl Good Girl, consisting of Faye, Jaya, Minutes, and Suzy. After their last album in 2015, the group became inactive and all the members focused on their solo careers. Jaya and Minutes departed from the company, so they officially disbanded at the end of 2017. We go on with the solo artists. J-Lim debuted in 2005 with the album Music Is My Life. She stayed in the company until 2012, then changed to Big Hit Entertainment and later on to Oscar Entertainment, where she still is an active singer. Ju debuted in January 2008 with the single Young Girl, but decided to go back to being a trainee because she doesn't felt like she was ready to being an idol. In 2011 she then made a comeback with the single Bad Guy featuring fellow company artist 2PM Chansung. Also in the same year, she made her acting debut. In 2015 she then parted ways with JYP and signed a contract with Woollim Entertainment. Fun fact: BTOB's Ulhoon is her younger brother. The first idol from a group that made his solo debut under JYP is Jo Kwon from 2AM. On the 30th of June in 2010 he released his first solo single The Day I Confessed. In 2013 he then made his acting debut. In 2017 he parted ways with JYP and signed under Cube Entertainment. Another first is Sunny, who was the company's first solo rapper. He debuted underground but officially under JYP in 2010 with the mini album Everybody Ready. He left the company in 2013. Nowadays he has his own hip-hop label named Famous Entertainment. Last but not least in the second generation is Jun K. He is a member of 2PM and debuted on the 7th of October in 2011 with the single Alive. One year later in 2012 he also made his acting debut. He still is an active member of 2PM and continues his solo career. Moving on to third generation. The third generation started well with the duo JJ Project consisting of JB Now JB and Junior Now Jinyoung. They debuted with the single Bounce in 2012. Come on now, let it bounce, bounce, come on, bounce, let it bounce, bounce, now they are a subunit under the still active group GOT7. The next duo who also debuted in the same year was 15 and they consisted of Park Jimin, Now Jamie and Baek Yerin. On the 15th of October 2012 the duo debuted with the single I Dream. After 2015 they went on 4-year hiatus and unofficially disbanded in 2019 after they both did not renew their contract. Following is the group GOT7, who consists of JB, Mark, Jackson, Jinyoung, Youngji, Bam Bam, and UGM. They debuted on the 24th of January in 2014 with the album Got It. After their 7-year contract ended, all members decided to leave the company, but the group did not disband and is now signed under Warner Music Korea. Also, all members are now solo artists under different companies. On the 7th of September, 2015, the pop rock band Day 6 debuted with the EP The Day. The band consists of Sungjin, Jae, Young K, Wonpil, and Dowoon. Originally they were 6 members, but Jun Hyuk left the group due to a controversy. In 2020 they went on a hiatus because the members Jae and Sungjin suffered from mental health issues. In the same year, they debuted their first subunit. In April 2021, they made a comeback breaking the hiatus. Unfortunately, the leader enlisted in the military shortly after. Later on in the year, Young K also enlisted, leaving the remaining 3 members to go on another hiatus. As of 2022, Jae left the company and the band for now. Also, Dowoon and Wonpil enlisted in the military. Also in the same year, the company debuted a new girl group named Twice. They consist of the 9 members Nayeon, Jeonggaeun, Momo, Sana, Jihyo, Minna, Dahan, Chiyoung, and Suayu. The group was formed through the program 16 and debuted with the EP The Story Begins. Nowadays they have debuted in Korean, Japanese, and English. Let us go on to the soloist. After Jun K, now also fellow member Woo Young made his solo debut in 2012 with the mini album 23, male, single. He also made an acting debut in 2011 in a drama series. Currently, he is still an active member of 2PM. Because of his military service, his last solo album came out in 2018, so we need to see if he continues his solo career. Baekhyun got recognized through the TV show K-Pop Star along with fellow former company artist Jimin from 15, and she then debuted on the 10th of September, 2012 with the EP I'm Back. After her contract with JYP ended, she decided to not renew it and is now signed under Eden Entertainment. After Sunmi debuted in Wonder Girls in 2006, she left the group and also went on a hiatus from 2010 until 2013 to pursue her academic career. After she came back from that, she made her solo debut on the 26th of August in 2013 with the single 24 Hours. In 2015 she also rejoined the group Wonder Girls. After her group's disbandment, she left the company and is now signed under Make Us Entertainment, where she still pursue an active and popular solo career. After Sunmi, fellow member Yeon debuted as a soloist. Under the name HATFELT, she debuted on the 31st of July 2014 with the EP Me. But you gotta Same as Sunmi, she left JYP after Wonder Girls disbandment and is now signed under Amoeba Culture. She still is an active soloist and pursuing a popular career. Bernard Park, or also known as Nakjun, won the show K-Pop Star Season 3 and from that made his debut on the 13th of October, 2014 with his first EP I'm. He already finished his military duty and is still an active idol under JYP. G-Soul, or also known as Golden, made his debut on the 19th of January, 2015 with the EP Coming Home. That was 15 years after he started training under the company, which makes him the longest trainee. 2 years later he left the company and signed under Higher Music. Nowadays he isn't signed under any company but is still an active artist. Park Jimin got into the company through winning the show K-Pop Star, where she then debuted under the duo 15, and in 2014 she became a co-host of the TV show After School Club and is it till this day. A year later she then made her solo debut with the single Hopeless Love. In the 4-year solo career under JYP, she was only able to release 2 EPs and 4 singles. This could be a big reason why she left the company after her contract expired. In 2020 she signed a contract with Warner Music Korea and changed her name to Jamie. Another 2PM member that made his solo debut was Junho. In 2013 he debuted in Japan and as an actor. 2 years later he also debuted in Korea with the mini album One. Today he continues to release songs in Japanese and Korean and also has an active acting career. After Jimin, also Yerin Beck made her solo debut in November 2015 with the EP Frank. Also, like her former duo member, she left the company in 2019 and then created her independent label named Blue Vinyl. She then released her next single Square, 2017, which made an all-kill, which means she topped the daily and real-time charts of Melon, Genie, Bugs, and Ceribada, and the real-time charts of Flow and Itchet. Faye was the first to debut solo from the group Miss A after making her acting debut in 2011. She debuted solo in Korea on the 21st of July, 2016 with the single Fantasy. 2 years later she parted ways with JYP Entertainment. After that, she signed with the Chinese company Huai Brothers, and until this day she has a successful career in China. Let's go on to an end with the 4th generation. We start with the now subunit of Stray Kids. 3 Ratcha. The 3 members Bang Chan known as CB97, Changbin known as Speared, and Han known as J1. The group released its first mixtape on the 18th of January, 2017 named J. 2017/mixtape.
시간 없어 gotta move TikTok 시간 없어 I need you TikTok.
Because of the Stray Kids debut a year later they didn't release too many songs. Their last single was released at the beginning of 2020. Stray Kids were formed through a TV show with the same name. The back then 9 members Bang Chan, Woojin, Lee No, Changbin, Hyunjin, Han, Felix, Seungmin, and IN made a pre-debut EP mixtape and then debuted on the 25th of March, 2018 with the EP I Am Not. A year later member Woojin left through undisclosed personal reasons. At present they are still an active group under JYP. Boy Story is a China-based boy band launched by JYP and TME consisting of the 6 members Hanahu, Ziheo, Zinlong, Ziyu, Miying Rui, and Shuang, as they debuted on the 21st of September 2018 with the mini-album and their average age was 15 years old. They still promote active in China. On the 12th of February 2019, JYP debuted a new girl group after 4 years named ITZY with the single album ITZ Different. The group consists of Yeji, La, Ryujin, Chaeryeong, and Yuna. Yuna was added shortly before because it was planned that Somi, now a solo idol and former IOI member, should have been added to the group, but she left the company to pursue her solo career. Fun fact, if you don't already know, Chaeryeong has an older sister named Chiyoung who was a member of IZ*ONE. Also was ITZY the first and only pop girl group to achieve a Rookie Grand Slam, which means they won 11 awards in their debut year. These days they have songs in Korean, English, and Japanese. In 2019 GOT7's second subunit Just 2 debuted on the 5th of March that year with the EP Focus. The duo consists of the leader JB and the Maknae Ujeom. Until their contract with JYP ended they only released that one EP. If the duo is going to promote further is still open, but because they are under two companies from J-Park there is hope. Throughout the hiatus of Day 6, their first subunit Even of Day debuted on the 31st of August, 2020 with the EP The Book of Us, Gluon. The unit consists of Young K, Wonpil, and Dowoon. The first Japanese group debut under JYP in cooperation with Music Entertainment Japan is the group NiziU. The current 9 members Mako, Ryo, Maya, Riku, Ayaka, Mayuka, Rima, Miihi and Nina were chosen through the survival program Nizi Project. They debuted on the 2nd of December, 2020 with the single Step and a Step. At the end of last year JYP debuted a second band named X Dinnery Heroes. They debuted on the 6th of December with the single Happy Death Day. The band consists of the 6 members Gunal, Jungsu, Gaeun, OD, Junhan, and Juayan. The latest group to debut under JYP is the girl group NMIXX. They debuted on the 22nd of February 2022 with the single album AD Mare. They consists of Heewon, Lily, Saleon, Jinny, BAE, Jiwoo and Kyojin. Also planned to debut in the future is the boy group formed through the show Loud, but until now there is no official debut date. Now we go on to the solo singers of the 4th generation. After her member Faye, the second one of Miss A, Suzy made her solo debut with the album Yes, No in early 2017. Before that, she made her acting debut in 2011. After the disbandment of her group Miss A, she stayed in JYP until her contract with the company expired. After that in 2019, she signed with Soup Management. From there on she only continued her acting career. Fun fact, since she is on TV she has been called the nation's first love by South Koreans. Jackson Wang was the first to debut solo from GOT7. Not in Korea but in China. He also established his management team named Team Wang. Also he established a US-based distribution company Snake or the Rabbit. Jackson was only able to do that because he made the compromise with his company to not promote in Korea. With that, he debuted with the English song Papiljon on the 26th of August, 2017. In 2018 he also signed with Kangsing Culture to enter the international music market. Same as all the other GOT7 he left the company after his contract expired. From there, One Team Wang operates his activities to also establish his solo career in Korea. He or better his record label partners with Sublime Artist Agency same as his member Youngjae. This year he also debuted the hip-hop group Panther Pack where he also is a member. After Jackson, also Mark Tuan debuted solo. He released his first solo song OMW on the 13th of September, 2018 even featuring Jackson Wang. His solo MV even was the first from JYP to get 1 million views on Naver. He was further promoted next to South Korea in China, Japan, and Thailand. After not renewing his contract with JYP he opened up his own YouTube channel, opened his own company Mark Tuan Studio in China for Chinese promotions, For US promotions he signed with Creative Artists Agency. Nick Hun, who is also a member of 2PM, already made his acting debut in 2012 and is still an active actor. On the 8th of February, 2019, he then made his solo debut in South Korea with the album Me.
Some breakfast in bed with your favorite bowl of charm.
He is still under JYP and in the group 2PM. Also, he will be starring in the upcoming Hollywood film Hong Kong Love Story. Okay, the next one is not an official debut, but it was an artist signed under the company, so I'm gonna put him in. Day6 lead guitarist Jay Park began releasing music on his own YouTube channel under the synonym EAJ. His first song is called Latrains and it was uploaded in January 2020.
It's beautiful. So do this realize. So to you.
Over the last year collaborated with artists such as Keshi, Siri, or DPR Live. As I already mentioned, he was one of the members to struggle with mental health issues, which led to Day6 hiatus in 2020, but he dealt with this situation differently because he started talking openly about his problems, which is pretty unusual for a pop star, and he initiated the project from friends, which sold merch and donated the $100,000 it made to the JED Foundation. This provides free mental health resources for children and teenagers. After Jae Young K made his official solo debut on the 6th of September, 2021 with the EP Eternal. Young K is also a part of Day6 subunit Even of Day. As of today, he is still in the military. Also, a member of Day6 and Even of Day, Dowoon debuted as a soloist on the 27th of September 2021 with the single Out of the Blue, which featured Song Heejin. As he is originally only known as a drummer, it was unexpected to get a solo song from him. Last but not least, Day6 Wonpil also made his solo debut with the album Filmography on the 7th of February, 2022. After that he enlisted in the military. Alright, people, that was it. I hope you had fun and learned something new. Maybe you also discovered through this video a group or a soloist you want to look further into. As always, a like and a comment is very appreciated.
Yes, you